Hi everyone, today we're going to study midpoint of a line segment. The midpoint of a line segment is the point midway between 2 points of given coordinates. Given a line segment whose endpoints are P sub 1 with coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1, and another point P sub 2 with coordinates x sub 2, y sub 2. The midpoint is here. And the formula of the midpoint is this. The x coordinate is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 all over 2. And the y coordinates will be y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. Let us see some examples. This is example 1. Find the midpoint of the line segment with endpoints 4, 3 and -2, 1. Draw the line segment and indicate the midpoint. First, let us write our formula and then let us do the substitution. For the x coordinate, we have 4 plus -2 all over 2. And for the y coordinate, we have 3 plus 1 all over 2. Simplifying further, let's begin with our x coordinate. 4 plus -2 becomes +2 over 2. And then the 3 plus 1 is 4 over 2. Simplifying further, 2 over 2 is 1 and 4 over 2 is 2. Therefore, the midpoint is the point 1, 2. Plotting the points, we have here the 4, 3 and the point -2, 1. It's here. And the midpoint is the point 1, 2, and we can see that it is between the two endpoints. This is our final answer. Let us have example 2. The midpoint of a line segment is 5, 3, and one endpoint of the segment is 0, -2. Find the coordinates of the other endpoint. For our solution, let us assign the coordinate of the midpoint as x sub m, y sub m. And the x sub m and y sub m have this formula respectively. X sub m is the x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, while the y sub m equals y sub 1 plus y sub 2 all over 2. For the given, the midpoint is 5, 3. We assume that this is point 1 with coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1, and this is equal to 0, -2. It means to say we are looking for the P sub 2. Separately, we are going to find x sub 2 and y sub 2. Solving for x sub 2, we are going to use this formula. Now, let us do the substitution. The x sub m is now 5 equals the x sub 1 is 0 plus x sub 2 all over 2. Solving for the x sub 2, first let us cross multiply this denominator 2 to the left side. So now 5 times 2 is 10, equals 0 plus x sub 2 is simply x sub 2. So we have now the value of x sub 2 as 10. We may write it as x sub 2 equals 10. Now let us solve for y sub 2. We're going to use this formula here. Substituting the values, we have now the y sub m to be 3 equals y sub 1 is the negative 2 plus y sub 2 all over 2. Let us now cross multiply this denominator with the number 3 on the left. So we have 6 equals, our numerator is the negative 2 plus y sub 2. The constant negative 2 we're going to transpose on the left side. Of course, the sign must be changed. From negative, it becomes positive 2. So we have now 6 plus 2 equals y sub 2. And this is 8 equals y sub 2. Or we may write y sub 2 equals 8. It means to say the coordinates for p sub 2 is 10, 8. Now let us plot the points. We can see here that the 5, 3 or the midpoint as given in the problem is here. The point 0, negative 2, the P1 is here. And the point P sub 2, which is 10, 8, is here. We can see that the midpoint 5, 3 is between the two endpoints. This is our final answer. Let us have example 3. The point 0, 1 is the midpoint of a line segment joining x5 and negative 3, y. Find x and y. For our solution, take note that x is equal to the x sub 1 and the y is the y sub 2. Writing our formula for the midpoint and the coordinates x and y respectively, we are now start by solving for x sub 1. We are going to use this formula. Let us substitute the values. So we have x sub m to be 0 equals x sub 1 plus the x sub 2 is negative 3 all over 2. Solving for x sub 1, let us first cross multiply the 2 with a 0 and the answer is 0. And simplifying further, this is equal to x sub 1 minus 3. This negative 3 we're going to transpose on the left side. So we have positive 3 equals x sub 1. Or we may write x sub 1 equals 3. It means to say we can now write the p sub 1 as 3, 5. Now let us solve for y sub 2. Let us use this formula and do the proper substitution. Our y sub m is given in the problem as 1. This is equal to y sub 1 is 5 plus the y sub 2 all over 2. Let us cross multiply the denominator 2 on the left side. So 2 times 1 is 2 and this is equal to 5 plus y sub 2. Let us transpose this positive 5 on the left side. The sign must be changed. So we have 2 minus 5 equals y sub 2. This 2 minus 5 gives negative 3. And we can now write this equation into y sub 2 equals negative 3. Therefore, the P sub 2 is now negative 3, negative 3. Now, let us plot the points. The midpoint 0, 1 is here. The P sub 1, 3, 5 is here. And the P sub 2, negative 3, negative 3 is here. This is our final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.